Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. So this is a question you get time to time. What is the EE lock? Okay, so some Super 8 and Single-8 cameras have this function on there, this knob right here. And what does it do? Well, what you can do is this. You can set it for your exposure, okay? So you aim it towards either a dark subject or light subject, and then adjust this knob and lock it. Okay, it's a bit fidgety to do and get it to set. Okay, and once you've got it locked, you've got it locked. It works on some models better than others. All right, so let's give it just a little bit of a demonstration on that. One good thing to point out, do keep note with the EE lock. Alright, if you first get a camera, a Super 8 or Single-8 that does have this feature and you're not familiar with it, you may have messed with it or moved it out without knowing, okay? And it will interrupt your exposure, okay? So if you're having trouble setting your exposure, check the EE lock, okay? You may have fresh batteries in it. Make sure you do have fresh batteries in it for sure, obviously, okay? And when you go to set your exposure, that could be a problem if you have an issue with your exposure. You could have, of course, again, rotated the EE lock without knowing, especially if you don't know what that feature is. And then when you go back to set your exposure, you may, it may not work properly because you may have pressed the shutter button without knowing it, or knowing it and then rotated the EE lock, and later having problems setting the exposure on your camera. So it's just something good to take note on. Alright? So that EE lock on this Z800 Single-8, and you have these EE locks on some Super 8 cameras as well. So if I wanted to film a dark subject, alright, so let's see what I do is I take a look at my 8mm editor here right behind me. I would keep my finger on my EE lock right there. Just press my shutter button a bit, alright, get everything in focus, and with my finger go ahead and adjust the EE lock, and you'll get a little indicator in your viewfinder there when the exposure is set, and then you know everything's all good. If you want to film something with a lighter subject, okay, for the exposure, such as the wall behind me right there, okay, just simply do the same thing, press the shutter button a little bit right there, adjust that EE lock, and once you've got it set, you'll see the indicator inside the viewfinder and you'll be set. But again, it's tricky. On some cameras it works easily. On some cameras, it's really a pain in the backside to operate, okay? And that's just it. It isn't really an option if you want to use it. So the EE lock, that's what that is, to set your exposure. Once it's set, and that's as far as it goes, okay? Do contact me at the social media outlets provided on the screen, and remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya.